Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. 7:08, Friday, July 15th, 78 degrees, get up to 91 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 News Talk Radio. Streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160. We're joined in studio by Joanne Polacek. She is the CEO, the president, the head honcho at Hair Friends and Company here in Toms River, and you are. I can't believe it. How old is your organization?
It's going to be 35 years this coming Sunday, July 17th. 35
years in business, serving the Jersey Shore, cutting hair. And I can tell you, 35 years ago, I had hair. So that would have meant something to me 35 years ago. Now I just get a Flowbee and I'm good to go. So, Joanne, why don't you give us kind of an overview of what Hair Friends is all about?
Hair Friends is just is an awesome salon. Obviously, I'm going to say that. We are located on 37 by the Marquee Theater, and we've been in 4 locations. This is our last, I hope, and it's large. Our story is that we are a teaching salon. We like to grow people. So we take in mostly people that are just out of school so that we can train them to be excellent hairdressers.
And then, so when you say, that's interesting. So when you say that you're a teaching salon, so you're, from a philosophy standpoint, you take someone in who's fresh out of school, right? And you're taking them and you're teaching them.
Yes.
And that's as opposed to them going to one of those industrial ones like Supercuts or something like that, where they're getting, obviously not the same level of personal ability that they're going to get from someone like you. Is your expectation that at some point they are going to move on?
We're hoping that they're going to stay with us, obviously.
Right.
It's basically, we're working it as if when they graduate from beauty school, they have their bachelor's degree in comparison.
Right.
And when they work with Hair Friends and they work as an associate with one of our stylists, they get their master's.
Ah.
So it's like they are hairdressers and they're more than, obviously can do everything, but we like to teach them how to become successful and start a career.
Cool. So you have 8 stylists right now. And how long has the longest one been with you?
Well, we're going to be 32 years.
Wow. And are most of them been with you for some time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been very fortunate. I feel very blessed. I have a great staff of people. They're very much interested in people, making people happy, and enjoying the whole service program.
Well, I appreciate when you say that you feel blessed, but if you take the I know you're being modest. When you take the modesty piece out of it, the fact we're never blessed by employees that are great and stay with us forever. It's great employers who make their employees feel empowered and make them feel like they're part of a real team and part of a family. So that's a credit to you, clearly, because 32 years with you must be doing something right that she hasn't run for the hills.
Yeah.
Right. And I assume it's a woman. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is. No, they're unfortunately, our heart is always open to men coming and working with us, but for some reason we just have a bunch of ladies there, which just happens to be the way it's turned out.
So how did you get involved? How did you decide that this was the way you wanted to go? That you wanted to get involved in hair and beauty, et cetera?
Oh, it just came to me, like at the age of 13, I just knew that this was where I was going to go. And at this point in time, after owning the salon for 35 years, being in the industry for over 40, I absolutely love it. It's just such a wonderful place to be. You enjoy being able to see people smile, to touch people that maybe haven't been touched all day long either, and and we have great guests. I mean, occasionally you have some people that come in and are a little demanding, but you deal with those things.
Right. Right. So at 13 years old,
Yes.
you were like, you weren't, this wasn't like an Edward Scissorhand thing. You weren't like cutting up bushes and stuff at
No,
13,
I was
right?
cutting my mother's hair, cutting my own hair, that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? And so you were totally into it. And then what do? Do you go to what kind of schooling path do you pursue knowing that that's what your end game is?
Well, at that time, it's like I wanted to finish high school. I didn't want to do a vocational program at the time. My friends were going to college and everything like that. And for some reason, it's just like, well, I wanted to finish that part of my education in case I wanted to do anything else. I didn't want to close the gap. So then I went to a private beauty school in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And it was an absolute ball. We had so much fun doing things there, and it was a lot of fun, and I just couldn't imagine, like I said, doing anything else.
Wow. So and I think that's a great lesson, and I think it's a lot of what our show is about because our tagline is get up, get out, and do something. But we are also I could speak with my foundation hat on for a second. That as a foundation, we're very much about alternate paths for, different strokes for different folks, right? That not everybody has to graduate with a college degree and go on to grad school and walk out with $250,000 of debt. There are folks just like you who say, hey, listen, I want to be, I want to get started on my career. I know what I want to do. I'm going to be good at this. And you've obviously been successful. You've been doing something right if you've been doing it for 35 years.
Yeah.
So 4 locations. So each time growing or each time, what's the impetus for moving?
Okay, so what we started originally was we were in one of the historic homes downtown Toms River on Water Street. It was the Guyberson house.
Okay.
And I actually talked the landlord into allowing me to take over part of his house so that we can have the hair salon. He is a lawyer, and unfortunately, you have all the lawyers in town and they own the world, and they didn't necessarily want us, but I just was adamant about the fact that I wanted to be there. So it was a small place upstairs, great view of the river. It was myself and one other girl. It just started on, just me kind of thing, and we just grew. We had a lot of fun in there, in that particular area. And then we grew to the point where we needed more space. So then we moved to 37. We were there for 5 years. And it was 37. It was on the other side, and it was of 37 as opposed to this side of 37, which makes a big difference. And it's amazing how many people you can lose
and
sure. gain just by that different locale.
Geography, right.
Exactly. I got pregnant and had my children, and it was a little hard to run it there, and it was a little financially, it was a little difficult. So we moved to Bachelor Street, and then by the health food store.
Right.
And we were there for 20 years, and that worked out really well.
Really?
And we were actually hiding in the back. We weren't like in the front where there was major signs and stuff like that. You couldn't really see us. People would sit in the parking lot and actually look for us. So it was rather interesting. But the cool thing about it is the fact that we didn't get a lot of walk-in traffic, so it was all up to us to make the salon work. So then we got to the point where, once again, we were growing. We kept growing staff, and it was too hard for us because it was only a four-chair salon, which about 600 square feet. And it was just very hard for us to grow because we'd get really, really busy, and it'd be too crowded in the salon.
Right.
It was uncomfortable for the staff, uncomfortable for our guests. So we just needed to move on from that point. And so that's where one night I was I went to the movies by myself, and I was walking through the Marquee Theater area and saw that the salon that was there went out of business and was up for rent, and they left furniture and all that kind of fun stuff in there. Exactly. So we started to check it out, and it was just perfect for what we were looking for. And from going from 600 square feet to 2,000 square feet was quite a change.
Very cool. So I want to know what movie you saw by yourself, but I'm going to move along from that, and instead we're going to say when we come back, Joanne Polacek talking Hair Friends and Company. I'd like to kind of know what you've found to be your challenges to overcome, building a business here at the Jersey Shore versus what are some of the things that have really kind of helped support you. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Back after this.
Wake up with Jeremy Grunin wherever you go. Download the Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Connect with Jeremy, 732-505-1160. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160, 1310, and WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin here with Joanne Polacek, Hair Friends and Company. And we were just talking in the break. You were talking about our school systems and kind of I want to say the stigma attached to those who are looking to kind of build a career in what you do.
Right.
So why don't you talk a little about that and where your head goes on that?
Well, from the very first, from my longest employee who's been with me for 32 years, when she was in high school, she wanted to go to beauty school, and the educators were trying to talk her out of it, and her mother literally had to come in and fight with them because of the fact that she was a very smart girl, and they thought that she had more potential to do something else and that she couldn't make a career out of being a hairdresser. The perfect example for that is like she makes between $70,000 and $100,000 a year, and that's nothing to sniff at.
Right.
So,
right.
And I have experienced it because we have at least 5 people that work with us that have experienced the same situation going through the years. That they were tried, when they went to their guidance counselor, the guidance counselors were saying that, you really shouldn't do this. You really should go on to college. You should, do something more with yourself, and really wanted to talk them out of it, which
Right.
I feel that the trades in our world is like so important, and people can make an unbelievable amount of money, and they need them.
Right.
It's just like we need hands-on. We need plumbers. We need electricians.
Sure.
We need cosmetologists. So
yeah, and I think especially when I think of cosmetology, it takes a special kind of person because to be really successful, you have to be one part stylist,
Mm-hmm.
right? One part therapist. Right, one part stand-up comedian, right? I mean, it's like
Yeah,
everything, right? Because you're creating experience for someone for the
Mm-hmm.
time that they're there, and those are the successful stylists, I would imagine, right?
Absolutely. Guest services when you're working with people are more important sometimes than actually doing the hair.
Right.
It's like how you treat people and what you're doing.
Right. And so, it goes back again to our original point around vocational training, et cetera. And, this is certainly a great, I don't want to say a great alternative. It's just a great choice to make if it's what your passion is. If
Absolutely.
you're into beauty and you're into helping other people achieve that,
Exactly.
then you can make a very good living, right? And you're talking about, what she makes as a stylist.
Mm-hmm.
Now kind of project that out to if she wanted to have her own shop. Right, which we don't want to put that idea in her head. Right?
No.
Okay, let's not talk about that. But I'm just saying, it's
she'll be a shareholder in Hair
Gotcha.
Friends.
There you go. Okay, so that's so. How would you change it? What would you change? How? And this is not your magic wand, so it doesn't count. But what would you do differently if you were running the school systems?
Oh my goodness, I would really encourage people to do what they want to do with their lives. I mean, we all need education, and I think it's very important because we never stop learning.
Right.
And I just really feel that we shouldn't limit our world to college degrees. There are so many people out there that go to college, spend so much money on college, and don't do anything with it, and basically don't find where they want to be. And I know it's difficult for people to make decisions as to where they want in life. But if we, give them other options and other choices and not talk them out of it, like not change people's minds. If people have a passion for something, they should do what they have a passion for.
Sure. And in a perfect world, wouldn't somebody like you come in and talk to like middle school kids or, and say, listen, here's what you have an opportunity. Here's the reality of it,
Yep.
right? I mean, this is the hours. Right, because it's not great.
Right,
because that could be hard at times. Because when the rest of the world is off, that's when we need you to work sometimes. But you can make a very good living, right? You could. It's enjoyable. You're not digging ditches, right. And here's just an option for you, and let kids kind of start to think about those things and make those decisions, right?
Exactly.
Right, great. That's good. So Joanne Polacek, Hair Friends and Company. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunt. And when we come back, we're going to give you your magic wand. Right, we're going to give you the ability to make a difference in the world, which you do every day anyway. So this should be easy for you. And talk a little about business at the Jersey Shore. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunt, and please pay attention because Hometown View's coming up, and then the news back after that.
Coming up next, the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. It is 7:35, Friday, July 15th. 80 degrees, get up to 91 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. I just wanted to let everybody know there's an air quality alert until tonight at 11 o'clock, so breathe at your own risk. I mean, what are you supposed to do with an air quality alert, by the way? What do you do with that?
I'm pretty sure that's more for me. That's like, don't run today.
Oh,
that's what it's telling
really?
me. It's going to hurt my lungs.
Because breathing is hard.
Exactly.
We're here with Joanne Polacek. She is Hair Friends and Company. Right. Well, she owns it, but she's not. She's not it.
Well, sometimes I feel like
we can't define you by your business alone. So, Joanne, it's a different world. We were talking earlier with principal of Jackson Memorial High School, Kevin DiEugenio, and we talked about how it's a different world. So it used to be that you advertised and you drove a business one way.
Right.
Well, how do you get your name out there now? How do you drive name recognition, brand recognition, what you're doing?
Well, now it's all learning about social media, and it's just like you get people from my generation who basically want to write everything down and do that and don't want to work with computers and don't understand them. But then you've got now you've got Facebook and Instagram and all that, and it's just like oh my Pinterest, all those things that actually you need to post because people are on there all the time.
Right.
So what we have to do is all my staff has their own iPhones or cell phones or whatever, and they're constantly taking pictures of their guests that come in and posting them and showing the world how great they are. So to invite them into our world. But now it's like you just pay a couple of dollars and you can spread it out to
Right.
almost 1,000 people a day, and that's a lot easier for them because even walking up to people with your business card, people really don't want their business card and say, oh, here's $20 to come in and see me, blah blah blah, and so that just is a new thing for us.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. I've never had a stylist take a picture of my hair and put it on Instagram or Pinterest or anything. I can't figure out why that is.
Why they haven't done it?
Yeah, for me, I think
know.
with my full mane here, I'm going to take off my hat for a second. What do you think? Right?
Like you could still advertise doing that.
Yeah, right.
Guys do it all the time.
Can you tell me, because I would definitely come, can you do my initials in the side of my head? Because I was thinking I really want to do that.
Actually, we do have a stylist that probably could do that for you.
Oh, really?
She's very good with a pair of clippers.
Could she do it like in calligraphy and everything?
That I'm not sure about. She might try.
I'd like to choose my font. All right, Joanne Polacek, Hair Friends and Company. Joanne, tell us, we're going to give you the magic wand now, the magic pixie dust, the fairy dust, the ability to make an impact on the world just by wiggling your nose or waving your wand. So Joanne Polacek, Hair Friends and Company, conveniently located on Route 37 in the, wait, don't tell me, in the Regal Cinemas. Is that it?
No, it's Marquee Theater.
Marquee Theater. I was doing so well. In the Marquee Theater shopping center. Joanne, what are you doing with the magic wand?
Oh, goodness. It's just like, it's such a, Toms Rivers is just a cool place to live. A magic wand would be to, just like make the salon the most awesome looking, awesome looking, and like have neon signs and all kinds of things to the way to advertise it and make people know, have people know that we work so hard and we want to give so much. So it's just
right at Hair Friends and Company.
At Hair Friends.
So you're saying, I just want to read between the lines here for a second. You're saying that the other hair salons in town, they don't work nearly as hard, right?
Oh no, they all do. Everybody works just as hard.
So is there some kind of like why isn't there some kind of like hair competition that you guys can do? You know what I mean?
Well, there are hair competitions, but within the
local
area,
one.
A local one. It's just like sometimes hairdressers, they don't want to talk to each other.
Yeah, but why don't you like throw down your clippers and be like, yo, I'm like, let's do this, right?
I would love to.
Would that be cool?
I would absolutely love to. I'd like to take our whole parking lot
Yeah.
and just have a big hair thing going on.
We should do that. That would be like,
That would be
That would
awesome.
be cool to do through the vocational schools.
Yeah.
Like if the vocational schools were showing like how cool it is to be, in cosmetology and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And, we do a hair cutting like battle, right? Like an epic rap battle.
There
right?
you go.
Right,
There you go.
Zach? You feeling it, Zach?
I'm feeling
You
it.
smelling what I'm stepping in?
Yes, I
You
am.
picking up what I'm putting down?
Let's cut it up.
Let's do it. All right, Joanne, give me the propaganda now. Where do I go to find out more about Hair Friends and Company?
Well, our website is hairfriendsandcompany.com. We have Facebook, which is awesome, which we really like when people obviously like us on Facebook, which is also Hair Friends. And you can see all of our staff has their name up there, and they're always posting all those wonderful things. So we do Instagram also. So
I'm just letting you know, I just became your 811th liker.
Awesome.
On Facebook. Right, Hair Friends and Company, spa, beauty, and personal care, conveniently located at 1311 Route 37 West in beautiful sunny, or there's partly cloudy tomorrow with a possible chance of rain or tornado or hurricane or volcanic eruption, and don't breathe because of the ozone. Anyway, Joanne, thank you so much for your time this morning, and thank you for not laughing at my hair when we talked about what kind of creative things we could do. Do you do extensions? We could talk about that.
Actually,
offline.
we do.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll talk about that right
do.
afterwards. Wake up with Jeremy Grudded back
Thank
after
you.
this.